Week 5 in the NFL begins this weekend, and it is already upon us. Can you believe it? 1/4 of the 2011-2012 NFL season is already over as we begin Week 5. It's kind of crazy. It's moving so fast. But here we go. I'm going to review my Weeks 1 through 4 picks really quick before I get into my Week 5 predictions. Weeks 1 through 4, I only picked Weeks 2 and 4. Week 1, I was late getting into YouTube. Didn't start my channel yet, and week 3 I was moving and didn't have a chance to document my picks. So I only picked only picked weeks 2 and 4, and went 17 and 15, a very lackluster performance. So I looked to turn it around beginning this week. So here we go. In the first game that I'm going to pick, it's the Philadelphia Eagles at the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills looking good this year. Defense a lot better. Eagles at 1 and 3. What the hell is going on with them? Well, I think they turn it around this week as the Eagles get the win over the Bills, and Michael Vick spits some fire into the Eagles offense and Eagles defense. Their defensive backs way overpaid, and I just think that they really need to step it up and stop somebody. I think they get another win this weekend to improve to 2 and 3 against the Bills and to try to turn their season around. The next game I have on the docket is the Raiders versus the Texans. As most of you may have heard, Al Davis passed away on October 8th, unfortunately at the age of 82. All my thoughts and prayers go out to him and his family, and we wish nothing but the best for them and hope they get through this troublesome time. That being said, to the game, I see the Raiders beating the Texans at Houston for remembrance of their owner that just passed away. I see them reeling, and they have a good defense as it is, and they play smash mouth football, and McFadden, just an unbelievable talent he is, averaging well over 6 yards per carry. I think they'll get the win in Houston for their owner, Al Davis, who just passed away. Next, we have the Panthers versus the Saints. This is my Carolina Panthers, and the Saints are coming into Carolina. I think that's a big thing because Cam Newton is boy wonder. And if you're wondering what he does when he scores an NFL touchdown, that little spread move he does on his chest, I figured it out. I don't think anyone else has. It's him promoting himself as the Superman of the NFL. I mean, if you watch it really closely, just watch how he does it. It looks like he's taking off the proverbial suit as to the Superman thing. I think it's Superman, but I could be wrong. Anyway, back to the game. I think the Panthers are going to get the win this weekend, and the reason I think that is simply because our pass defense is better than the Saints' pass defense. Drew Brees is a great quarterback. He's second, one ahead of Cam Newton right now as far as total passing, and he is a great quarterback. I think there's going to be a lot of points, but I do see the Panthers defense holding on to get a victory and using that to springboard them into a great rest of the 2011 season. So I see the Panthers beating the Saints. Next, we have the Chiefs and the Colts. This game is going to be close. The Colts on offense, a very lackluster performance. However, on Monday night against the Bucs, they did play quite well. I thought the Bucs did play bad, but the Colts were able to keep the game close until the final minutes. I see the Colts getting the win against the Chiefs. I see their defense stepping up, and Curtis Painter not winning the game, but not losing the game for the Colts. So I see Joseph Adai getting some good carries and getting some good yards. I see it being a tough game, but I see the Colts winning. I'd say 24-17. Next, have the Bengals facing the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is going to be a close game. I think I just got to give it to the Jaguars simply because they're at home. The Bengals defense is stepping up, but the Jaguars, with Maurice Jones-Drew, he is just one hell of a back. He is hard to bring down. No one's going to arm tackle him. He runs downhill, north and south, smash mouth football, and I think the Jaguars are going to pull off the win. Next, we have the Arizona Cardinals versus the Minnesota Vikings. Kevin Kolb not having the season that he would like to have, and neither is McNabb. Both these quarterbacks are definitely had higher expectations this year, and they're not living up to the hype. And so I see one of them turning around, and the one I see turning around this week would be Kevin Kolb and the Arizona Cardinals. I see the Vikings deproving to 0-5, and I see Kevin Kolb and Larry Fitzgerald and Beanie Wells and all those guys getting a hard-fought win for their Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are actually going to win something probably in the lines of 17-3, 24-7, something like that. It's going to be pretty blowout there with Arizona beating the Vikings. Next, we have the Seahawks versus the New York Football Giants. This one, I got to give it to the Giants. Even though they're not going to have Brandon Jacobs, I think Ahmad Bradshaw comes in, and the Seahawks, I mean, they're just reeling for anything right now. This is a team that just a year ago was surprising people in the playoffs, and now they can't seem to do anything. And I see the Giants just getting the win at home. Next, we have the Tennessee Titans facing the Pittsburgh Steelers. This game, I think, will be close, but the Steelers' D has lost a step. I don't think anyone can say that they haven't. Polamalu just isn't all over the field like he used to, running around. I mean, it seems like just overnight they've just lost all their fire. And the Titans with Matt Hasselbeck, wow, is he having a great season. I see Matt Hasselbeck leading the Titans with Chris Johnson maybe getting some more carries this week. I see the Titans winning against Pittsburgh, even though the Steelers are at home. I like the Titans in this game. Next, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers doing a lot better than I think anyone would have predicted, and the record not even showing that. But the Bucs is a hard team to face. They've always had a good traditional defense, but right now it's Josh Freeman. He's kind of a freakish quarterback, throwing pretty well. He's pretty accurate, but the main thing is with his legs on third down. Boy, is he able to convert with his legs. However, I see the 49ers winning this game. I see the Frank Gore, they say he's going to go. I see him being able to smash it right down the middle, and I think Alex Smith will have a big game against the Bucs D, and if they're able to contain Josh Freeman and his legs, I don't think passing alone will get him past the 49ers defense. Next, we have the Chargers versus the Broncos. And this is a game that I think may be a little closer than everybody thinks it will. I think John Fox is definitely hearing the chants loud and clear about Tim Tebow. It won't be but a couple more weeks. I figured he'd start this game. That's not going to happen. But it won't be but a couple more weeks, I think, and you'll see Tim Tebow just going crazy and running buck wild all over Denver. However, this week I still see the San Diego Chargers getting the win against the Broncos, and that's just simply because the Chargers are better. Though Antonio Gates will not play this game, Phillip Rivers is just way too great right now. And his passing offense, I mean, he's still top 5 in the league in quarterback right now, and their passing offense is too much for the Broncos. I see the Chargers getting the win. Next, we have the New York Jets versus the New England Patriots. Mark Sanchez versus Tom Brady. Rex Ryan versus Bill Belichick, and this is going to be a good game. This is going to be a battle of defense, I think. Tom Brady having a stellar year, on pace to throw for upwards of 6,000 yards, shattering Dan Marino's record. However, I see the Jets getting the win this weekend because of their defense. I think the Jets are going to come out and try to eliminate some things, eliminate Wes Welker. If they stop Wes Welker, they get the win. Chad Ochocinco is definitely not doing for the Patriots what they thought that he would. And I think Mark Sanchez will play more mistake-free football this week, knowing that it's a huge rival divisional matchup against the Patriots. Next, we have the Falcons versus the Packers. This game is going to be a great game. I think a lot of people are down on the Falcons, and that's because, well, let's face it, they're not doing nearly what they used to do, but they're still an okay team. I hate the Falcons personally. However, that has nothing to do with my pick, and I do not display any of my personal affections for the teams I pick against, or for that matter. The Falcons, I think that Matt Ryan, he's a great quarterback. He does some things really well, and Roddy White is a great receiver. They have a great offense altogether with Turner running the ball. However, I see the Aaron Rodgers-led Packers just too much for the Falcons this weekend, and I see the Packers winning the game. Bears versus Lions is the Monday night game. This is going to be one hell of a game, because could you have ever imagined before the season in Week 5 talking about the Lions being the only undefeated team besides the Packers? I mean, the Packers probably, people could have predicted they wouldn't go 4 or 5-0, but the Lions to go 4 or 5-0, and I think, their defense is really stepping it up with Sue and Houston, the cornerback, and those guys. They're just really stepping up the game. But I think, obviously, it's all about Megatron. Their wide receiver, Calvin Johnson, I mean, he is just he's just, wow. That's all you can really say about him. He's going up in triple coverage against the Cowboys and bringing down catches. I mean, he's just doing a phenomenal job for the Lions and giving Matthew Stafford a big target to throw to. You have the Chicago Bears with Matt Forte. He come off a big 205-yard running day against my Carolina Panthers. They ran all over, but the Panthers have a bad run defense, and it just sucks to say, but it is unfortunate, but they do, and that's because of their rookie defensive tackles. But anyway, the Bears did come off of a great running performance. I think they're going to run the ball some more, knowing that Jay Cutler's not going to have the time, and especially with the Lions front four. I mean, probably one of the best front fours in the NFL. I think they're going to have to run the ball to slow that pass rush down. Otherwise, Jay Cutler's going to get killed. And in my pick for this game, I see the Lions actually killing the Bears. I see it. I mean, I think it's going to be more one-sided than anyone believes. I think the Lions are not going to be able to hold up to those 21 points, 20 points, second half comebacks like they've been doing the last couple weeks. I think somebody's going to get them on that. I don't think it's the Bears. I don't think the Bears will lead this game at all. I see the Bears maybe scoring 10 points if they're lucky. I see the Lions coming out and having a huge game against the great divisional rival and scoring 24, 31 points, something like that. It's going to be a blowout. Detroit Lions wins this game. Well, that is my Week 5 picks and predictions, preview, whatever you want to call them. Please comment, subscribe, and enjoy the weekend's games. Root for your favorite teams, and let me know what you think on mine. Thank you for watching the video. Till next time, peace.